I did a show last night, and I don't even think I addressed my speech whatsoever. I was just doing whatever, and not something it's not what I want to talk about. It's not at the forefront. And I was hanging out after a show, which again, that's rare for me, but I was hanging out and I was trying to say bye to the comics. And there was a girl who came up and she's like, hey, I saw your special, and I was like, oh, that's really cool. That I hadn't seen anybody who had seen my special and then saw me at a show. So I thought that was cool. She's like, I saw your special. It was bad. No, she was like, no. She's like, I saw your special. It was great. And but your stutter, like, that's not like really what happened. Like, right? Like, is it real or is it not? And I was just like, whoa, fuck, man. Like, I can. And then it's crazy because in that conversation, like, it was genuine up until that point. And then and I wasn't even thinking about it, and then she mentions it, and then it's just I immediately, my shoulders raise. I tense, you know? I tense in my jaw. I've got crazy like TMJ. I just have like, and it's just made me realize that it will be a very hard thing to try to just say I'm a pure person who has the intention of talking about what I want to talk about, and I don't need to exploit something for the purposes of being a gimmick or to get a laugh if that's not what I feel. But at the same time, I feel sometimes held back by like people. Like, I wasn't stuttering until you brought up the fact that, and now I'm fucking aware of it.
Of course.
And it's like how if in the special I am talking about how people say things like this, and then you can almost do the next example, like you can do almost a paralleled example of that afterwards. It's so weird. I don't know, man. To answer your question, and I'm sorry that was winded, to answer your question, great. The expectation has always been, I've always wanted there to be higher expectations that I ask from people, because I would always give them the same. I would never criticize somebody for anybody who's trying a thing. Like, I've never been critical of like music or fucking anything, because being on the other side of it, you're just like, who cares? They're trying, and right. You fucking do it then. You do it.
Totally.
You know? I'm sure you feel the same way. It's just,
of course.
How can you,
When also it's just for people that go out of their way to say things like that when they're like, it has no, like, why would you even, what do you gain from like asking you, oh, that was like, that's not really what happened, right? You added that for the special,
for
right?
Like,
what happens if you, like, what are you trying to, you're going to go home and then out you? Like, or get on the blog, you have a blog called fakestutter.com where it's just highlighting all the people that are, doing it for show. I don't know. And you're probably really dealing with this because now you have so many fans and so many views and so many followers and so many people coming to shows where you probably want to give everyone benefit of the doubt as far as like, people are good people. Like, you tell yourself, like, they want to, like, they freeze up. They're meeting me. It's a bigger deal than I'm allowing to recognize that maybe they slip up and say something fucked up.
Right. Sure. Which is always a thing. Like, that's always a thing. Someone saying, like, I didn't mean the way to say that. That can happen. So then you give people the benefit of the doubt there.
Oh, yeah. I don't know if your family members have ever done this, and I have this, where they'll say things out of character just because you are a comic. And they're like, well, you'll spin it and make it funny to avoid the awkwardness for the both of us. Like my stepmom before she passed, R.I.P., we're sitting there, my dad and she and I watching some bullshit show. I think it was Naked and Afraid. It was the third time we had watched like the 5th season. My dad loved that show. He was like, I like the way the boobs bounce when their butts jiggle. I was like, that's not even a sentence. Let's keep watching. And then my dad's and stepmom at the time's poodle was dry humping a little troll. And just going to town, like, and I used to say, I was like, it felt like it was in the height of the Me Too movement. So I was like, I feel like stuffed animals are like not probably at the top of the list of who we should be going after, or I'm sorry, dogs, but like this is pretty. And then my stepmom sees it, and she literally just like, it's a commercial break, so there's nothing to have on the tube. We're all looking down. The squeaks are pretty apparent. Even the stuffed animal almost like turned in a way, like, and looked at us like, you're not going to do anything, really? And then my stepmom just goes, without missing a beat, just goes, well, at least somebody's going to come tonight. By the way, she's 3 months away from hospice and just is dropping these mic drop moments. And I laugh. Yeah. It's very funny.
Yeah, very great.
But also, like, she's not a comic. She was also in this near-death kooky state where she was, but she'd always been like that, where she would say shit to me that was like not funny, but like she just felt like she had a little bit more of a leash to say shit. And I have other family members like that then, and then of course I will, even friends in social situations will say stuff, and then I'll have to laugh it off uncomfortably or yes and it, and then do something to get out of it. And honestly, it's helped for sure for crowd work, because you get people that, same thing, like you put them on the spot, they're trying to be funny, or they don't know what to say, or they're fucked up, or something happens, and you're like, okay, cool, I now can, I trust that I can, be equipped to handle any response. Have you had people like that in your life, though?
So, personal, like where it can be the most uncomfortable, where it's just like, like my sister came out a few years ago, and it became like. It became like my respect. Say what?
To visit? No, came out.
No, just like came out.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I mean, she's visited, but she came out and was like, I should tell you in person.
Yeah.
I'm coming out to come out.
I love that.
Yeah, but so it.
That's better than like a text, right?
Yeah.
I'm always curious. Like, that's a big life thing. Yeah. But like, if you can't travel across country, or work's tying you down, do you just send an emoji? And just go. You figure it out. What is it even?
They have like prayer hands, but like. One, I don't know.
It's like jazz hand? I don't know. What is it? Is there a...
One is more
just
like
a rainbow,
vagina.
Maybe?
I don't know. Yeah. But she's gay, and and
I'm still laughing at how fun that was. Hey guys, Adam Ray here for the About Last Night podcast. Hope you enjoyed that little ALN highlight, that little freebie tidbit. If you want to see more highlights, clips, animations, and episodes, click right there, Click right there and get all the free ALN goodies your heart can muster. And of course, subscribe to the show by clicking the ALN logo right there, Do that. It's easy. I'll see you next time. Peace.